decided that this event will happen here. All of you in your own ways. I see each one of us capsules of consciousness. And God in His wisdom decided that all of you will be here today for this event. I have the honor to see the wife of Dr. Masrui right here, Pauline. Dr. Masrui over here, Dr. Cham, some of my colleagues right there from the department. Then I look at my deeds here. Only God can create this video. You have all of us here. Only God can make this video. And I will leave you with 5 points to remember with regard to this event. One is the fact that 30 years ago, as a young man, when I was writing about Dr. Mazrui, it never dawned on me that one day, working at Howard, we'll have this moment. But God in His wisdom decided that all my colleagues here, some of them are right here next to me, they're all part of the drama, and all of us here, and all of you are here. So the 5 points to remember is that we start with what we know, and we build on what we have. The second thing that we have to recognize, and I see one of our students remember a book I wrote. It was a small book called Reflection on the Human Condition. To remember that all of us here, God in His wisdom, I don't know why He brought me back here, but maybe to just re-articulate what was said in the scriptures by Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and all the others. The second point to remember here today is that God tells us to start with what we know and we build on what you have. And to remember that we all have 3 homes. Your mother's womb. And the metaphor is very clear because even Jesus Himself came like all of us here, through Mary. And then we are all here in this world. You have 7 billion of us. Those 7 billion out there, they don't know that all of us even exist. But the magic is that we are all here, united by one power. The power of learning. We have our deans here representing that. All of us here are united. Our poets brought back the words of God to us. The third point I want to emphasize is the fact that, you see, after you come out of your mother's womb, you come to this world, then the final destination for all of us is where we'll all go by ourselves. Bob Cummings is gone. He was chairman of the department here. After I left for Saudi Arabia, Bob Cummings came here as a young scholar. His wife may be here. Mel Cummings and Bob Cummings came to my almost deathbed in the hospital. But God in His wisdom, and He is the power who controls destinies. Bob Cummings died. The same thing with my own cousin, Lamin Bai, who was the ambassador of the Gambia here. He came to see me in the hospital. But God in His wisdom decided that this event we have here today will happen. And there are many others. So this point has to be remembered, that you see, you start with what you know and you build on what you have. Build on what you have, all of us here, getting knowledge. The third point that we have to remember is that regardless of what you have here, whether it's power, wealth, or knowledge, the point is, be a human being. Try to live with other human beings. You are not perfect, nor are they all evil. There is a river between. Try to swim and hope that God will get you to the bank of safety and understanding. Our poets will work on that. The last 2 points I want to leave you with is that Howard University, our poet has made that the metaphor. Howard is the maker of black education. For some reason, all of us are here. Whether we work here or not, there are many people who are here before us. Each one of us here represent those people who are gone. And whether you like it or not, our deans here and all of us here, we represent those who are coming after us. That's one of the things about this life here. We are all here together, each one of us here. Every human being is important. The great thing about the great scriptures and what they said is that human beings must learn to live together. I always say to many leaders in these countries, I've said this to American leaders here, if an alien being comes from another planet and he is looking at us here, why would they do field research in America only? And all of you are witness to this fact. Why? there are only 2 locations today in America. And what we are doing at Howard here and around the United States are all related to what I'm saying now, and to what Dr. Masrui, the deans are saying. Why is that? The alien being will do research in America. Why? Because in Washington, D.C. here, you have 194 embassies here. They can monitor the activities of all those people around the world through this husband and wife and children in each embassy. If you have any doubt about that, go to the UN. You have the representative. I was speaking to a group of Catholic leaders at Georgetown, some prominent Catholics. One English Catholic was very jealous. Oh, Suleiman, you like the Americans only. We're very civilized in England. We are more cultural. I said to her, lady, do you have the numbers? So we are all living here for a purpose. I don't know why. Let us start with what we know and build on what we have. And I thank all of you for being here. And maybe this is another message for all of us to carry with ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nyang. We received a lot of messages from people who were not able to be here, but because of time, I'm not going to be able to read those messages here. But know that there are many, many more people who have really sent these tributes, honors to Suleiman. I would like to close by just again expressing my sincere gratitude, very, very heartfelt thanks to everybody who has worked to make this moment a reality. There are many, many people that I can thank individually, but as you know, it's a risky move to make. But there are a couple of individuals who have really worked very, very hard to make this particular moment happen, and I would like to make sure that they are recognized. And one is the person who really always has my back in the department. It's Miss Pratt. Where's she? Oni is the author of. Okay, that's Oni right there. All right. And we also would like to thank Miss McLeod, who is actually Queen Mother from Ghana. She's always very, very supportive of us, and actually is also went to the same, not the real HU, but went to the other HU of Suleiman. And again, for everybody who came here and worked with us, I would like to say thank you. And I wouldn't be here myself if it wasn't also for the person who has also been at my side. We've been together for I don't know how many years now, since 1971, 72. And that's my wife, Saba. Not many people know. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Enjoy the food that's left there, and again, shukran, merci beaucoup, Jerejef, thank you. Okay.
Who is Sarah? Sarah?